What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers. Shout out to everybody out there rocking with the channel.
As always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all our videos as they drop. Up-and-coming artists, man, you know what to do by now. You should, anyway. If you got a full song that you want us to do, we can get that done. Or if you want to be placed in the front of one of our up-and-coming videos, we do about 60 seconds of your song. We could do that as well, man. Either way, information will be down below, man. All right, man. And speaking of up-and-coming artists, man, we got our man Proklaim back in the building, man. We're doing Enchantment is the name of the song we're doing today, man. Shout out to you, my man. You've been grinding. We've seen it, man. We've done, I don't know how many songs from you by now, man, but you have been grinding, and we appreciate your work ethic, my man, and it's paying off.
We've done what from Proklaim? Jitter. We've done Call. Make sure you guys go check out all these songs, guys. If you like what you hear today, make sure you show them some love. You know, on any of your whatever streaming platform that you use, make sure you go there, or YouTube. Check it out on YouTube as well. We'll have the links for his info in the description. But we've done Jitter, Call, Mimosa, Promised Land. So, you know, man, you know, you a regular on this channel, Proklaim. Yeah. So yeah, let's get to this one. The one we're doing today is Enchantment by Proklaim. So shout out in advance to Aram Beats. Shout out to him, because I don't know if we shout out the producers enough for Proklaim. I think that all of your songs seem to be very well produced. So I think it's Aram Beats or Ram Beats. And looks like you have Wojtek Majewski, I believe, on the engineering as well. So shout out to your whole team, man, because your stuff does sound good usually. It usually sounds very well engineered and produced. So let's get to it. Let's see what Proklaim has for us today. Enchantment. Let's get into it.
New season. Put the work in and you better reap the fruit in due season. Put the work in and you better reap the fruit in due season.
Put the work in, then you're bound to reap the fruit in due season. There's a little farming bar right there.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? You reap what you sow, I guess, as well. But if you know, essentially your harvest will come.
Yep.
Right? You plant it,
seeds, yep.
It'll come when that season's time, right? That fruit will be very fruitful for you, right? You know what I'm saying? That is a bar. You know what I'm saying? I like that though.
Yeah,
you know, you put the work in, your time will come is what Proklaim is saying. If you put the work in now, your season, your time to shine, your time to, you know, get to the next level will come. Yep.
And then we got a gun right there.
And we got the gun.
So your time will come either way it goes.
Or you can put the work in though. You can put that work in though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's different ways to do that.
Exactly.
Reap the fruit in due season. New season. Yeah. Show me the way that we go beyond now. Show me the way that we go beyond now. And I know that he put me on now. And I know that he put me on now. Certified mindset. Right. Every day I'm blessed. Here to pass my test. I survive, I'm a vet. Father showed me how to thrive. With a mind of enterprise. Son of man to emphasize. Started out was looking tricky, but we knock it like a blicky. To these instrumentals that I'm not the one that's ever gonna show no pity. Been around, I had to learn exactly who was with me. All I needed was the Elohim, and that's majority. Flowing now, it's with authority. Thinking now of what is quality and still in quantity. If you wanna get the win, you gotta roll the dice first. Seen too many get to die first instead of knowing that it could have been great. Kinda do this all inside faith. I decided that I'll touch base. I decided that I'll take off. Not a day I get to take off. Through the window when the door closed. Innuendos, I don't speak those, make it so clear. What is deep inside the soul is bound to manifest, yes. Transforming like a pawn, then it gave me chance, but into a king, yes. Made a promise like a ring, yes. Blood is what he did it with, yes. And it's been so many
couple bars in there, couple bars. Proklaim, man, resilient Proklaim. Proklaim the resilient.
Yeah, you know, I like that.
I say that because, you know, there's always those bars in there that's just like, you know, when you said through the window, when the door is closed. You know what I'm saying? So when, you know, if you get denied, they shut the door on you. Oh, I'm gonna find a way inside. I'm gonna find a way to get through and to get through the barrier, whatever that barrier may be for whoever, you know, whatever your situation is in life, whatever that barrier is, they may close the door on you. That's okay. Sneak around the back.
Oh, the door is gonna close.
It is gonna close. Yeah, it will close. More often, well, for most of us. You know what I mean? We ain't all nepo babies in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you need to find other ways.
You gotta find other ways to get to the top and to achieve your dreams, right? But it speaks to your resilience. That's why I stopped and said, you know, resilient Proklaim, because you're very resilient. If the door's shut on you, you find other ways to achieve your goals is what I got from that bar. And I think you said innuendos, I don't make those. Yes, that's true. No, there ain't no innuendos with your music. Yeah. He said, I want to make it very, very clear. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my message to get lost in wording. I want y'all to know exactly what I want my shit to hit your soul. I want y'all to understand. You know what I'm saying? This inspiration, you know what I mean? Or aspirational shit. You know what I mean? So I always get that from you proclaiming your music.
What did he say, man? He says transforming like a pawn on a chessboard or something like that, but until you come into a king, something like that. You said,
yep,
something like that. And I like that whole chess play because again, proclaim the resilient. that's gonna stick, man. I just think that it's always empowering with you, man, and it's always when you talk about lyrics and how you want to not only your music to be perceived, but just how we should be acting as people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We are kings. You know what I mean? We should be looking at ourselves in that light, kings and queens, and you know what I mean, and try to aspire for greatness, man, because we are great. You know what I mean? Everyone has a greatness or quality of greatness that can, you know, be transformed into the world. You know what I mean? So I think that's it. Your music is very empowering when it comes to that, and I thought that was a cool chess play. You know, you play chess, you got a pawn, you got a king, but he's talking about, you know, transforming into the king that you always.
Sometimes you got to be a pawn, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to be a pawn, you know, initially in order to make your moves to then eventually become king. You know what I mean? And that could be working for the man. That could be working your 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Working for the man. You know what I'm saying? That's old school right there.
That is very old. That's
working
we
for
old
the
school
man.
Cats, though, man.
Every
we old
night
school
and
cats.
day. Big wheels keep on turning.
Yes, made a promise like a ring, yes. Blood is what he did it with, yes. And it's been so many seasons, and it's been so many reasons. But I know just why I'm breathing. But I know just why I'm breathing. And it's been so many seasons. Once bitten, then it's twice shy. Still there's others that'll get to now fly. Not too many hear your hearts cry. Way too many wanna fight battles from a keyboard. Only I can answer for my own soul. Another stanza and I want more. And if I get to make a blunt.
I'm gonna touch another line though. The keyboard line, Ryan's gonna touch that. But there's when he said once bitten, twice shy, but still there's others that will still get the fly. And that idiom, right? That once bitten, twice shy. Once you try something and it doesn't work out, you get burnt. You're a lot more fearful. You're a little bit more hesitant to try something, you know, to try it again, right? And I think what he said to end that was, you know, there'll be others that'll get the fly. So you faced adversity, you faced a brick wall, right? That barrier. There is no climbing through the window, like he said earlier, because you're scared. You're scared to try alternative methods because you've been burned. You failed before, right? So, but others will get the fly. The others will be willing to go through whatever they need to get through, the no's, the obstacles, or whatever that may be in order to get to their goals, right? So once bitten, twice shy. You can't be once bitten, twice shy. Once bitten, you got to get bit again. You know what I'm saying? You got to get bit again. You got to figure out or how to avoid the cobra next time. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn from that, right? So, yeah, I thought that was cool because, you know, I've seen people get sort of stagnated and paralyzed from failure, and they become complacent and what have you. So I thought that was cool.
Way too many people want to fight battles via keyboard. I think that's a hard line, man, because, you know, we talk about that, you know, about people just social media and just how people have a sense of, I don't want to call it entitlement, but they're a lot more bold than they would be if they were talking to people in person. You know what I'm saying? And the way I'm gonna define that a little bit more, what I think you're saying is, so not only would people say things behind a keyboard that they wouldn't say in person, but it's just a lack of humanity. You know what I mean? You just certain things you wouldn't say in person because it's just not humane to say. You know what I mean?
Right.
You wouldn't even, you know, you just wouldn't even, it wouldn't go down that way. You know what I mean? So I love that, man. Because I think that is such an accurate depiction of where we're at in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Still there's others that'll get to now fly. Not too many hear your hearts cry. Way too many wanna fight battles from a keyboard. Only I can answer for my own soul. Another stanza and I want more. And if I get to make a blunder, then I'd rather learn from it. Lyrics to the poetry and what is pure emotion. When the mind begin to open, then the possibilities are everywhere. Levels in this life, revelation need the high ones. And everybody wanna smile when you're never short of funds. Get to go beyond the superficial, then the truth to hit you like it was a missile. Never stupid if you wanna learn and respect, you know you really gotta earn. Time is what I learn and never waste. Another day I fill another page. Relevance is only what is gonna go beyond the ages. Father, you're the one whose words I'm here to get it back on. Power get to make a man change in the same way that he does when he get a bit of coochie. Everybody think they got it all together till the day you know the grave calls. Glory to the one who beat death. Glory to the one who resurrected on the third day. Same one is with me always. Yeah, and it's been so many seasons. And there's been so many reasons, but I know just why I'm breathing. But I know just why I'm breathing. And there's been so many seasons, and there's been so many reasons, but I know just why I'm breathing. But I know just why I'm breathing. Yeah, we go, my Vigo, we dance. Yeah, we go, my Vigo. Double every talent that I get, and then it makes sense in the long term. I had to wait my turn. You know the heart does yearn for the things that are more than a mundane. Not too many ball in a Monday. From your own life, would you run away? Seen a man slave for a paycheck. Seen a man brave in the face of death. Still upon a word that I place a bet. Still upon the third that he paid the debt. One man's jewel is another's garbage. On this journey that I'm not a novice. In this life, you gotta get the knowledge. No excuses if you ever lose. You just wipe the bruises. Keep it moving, then it's not a choice. Only wanna hear the story of a man with success. Everything is bad in excess. You don't dwell upon the excess. Write a verse so I can write checks. Search until you find the evidence of what is more, yes. Life can really get the glorious. Legendary and notorious. Many talk about a lot of things, but then it seems there's not a lot that really matters. You observe and then you see the patterns. Bound to get the win the minute that the father get to back you. Come alive upon the track, yes. Truth is over with the facts, yes. When you run, you never look back. Yeah, man.
Every time I listen to your music, man, Proklaim, I just think, you know, empowerment. It almost feels like, I think it's just in the DNA of certain people. I feel like it's an awareness with you. And it's an empowerment of people to do the right thing. And I've always felt that way when I listen to your music, man. And it's produced well, man. That beat remind. I was sitting there like, as I was listening to this with George, I'm like, man, that beat reminds me of something. And it reminds me of JID's Dance Now. The bass note specifically reminds me of Dance Now. You did your thing, Proklaim. As always, man, salute.
So, man, if you guys enjoyed that, make sure y'all check out Proklaim's information in the description. Definitely show him some support. He's an up-and-coming artist on his grind, and we appreciate it. So, man, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas.
We out.